Hey trackies, welcome back to another video. Please remember to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. That's how the video gets to the YouTube algorithm. Share the video if you care. I hope you care, so share and sound off in the comment section below. So London, wow, fantastic meeting, great performances all around, and we're about to get into another show-stopping performance, a heart-stopping performance. From a Jamaican perspective, my heart stop. May I forget like a revival. I have to be revived in here. I swear to you. But anyway, trackies, before we get into that heart-stopping performance, let's dive into some other results that took place, and that is starting with the women's 400-meter hurdles, where we had Anjanette Knight and Genevieve Russell competing. No, Anjanette Knight was third, and she ran a 53.79 seconds, and Genevieve Russell eighth with a 1 minute and 55 seconds. So track is 1 minute 0.55 seconds. So that being said, Genevieve Russell, we understand that she's been having her injury concerns or injury struggles, so not the strongest season from her. I'm wondering if she did eventually do that surgery. Given the kind of performances that she's had this season, it may have been best for her to do the surgery, because as I said, she did say in an interview some time ago that she actually has a broken bone in her foot, right? So that has to get sorted out. So hopefully, by end of this season into next year, that's not a championship year, we'll see her really take this time off to get healed, whether it be by doing surgery and then recovering, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm looking forward to her just getting back, as it relates to competitive competing against the best in the world, right? 109, third, 53.79. I'm a little greedy. I want more. I want more. The more and more I watch the 400-meter hurdles, is the more depressed I get, because it seems as though Jamaica is really getting pushed down the pecking order. And it looks as though we can't really hope to even finish top five, in the world this year when it comes to the women's 400-meter hurdles. It's looking really tough this season. And Rachel Clayton may not be at her best. If she gets back to her best, then we may be able to challenge for one of those top positions. But as things are standing right now, it's tough. It's definitely tough for Team Jamaica. So I want more from Anjanette Knight. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to blossom into that athlete that I think she can be. Femkabal took the win, 52.10 seconds. I believe this is her second fastest performance this season, outside of that 51.95 that she did. That is the world leading performance. So great going for her. Very, very consistent as well. Jasmine Jones from USA was second, 53.18. So again, I'm seeing more and more athletes performing, better than the Jamaicans, and it's kind of, making our odds that potentially, as I said, one, making the finals a struggle, and two, even bidding for a top, position even worse, right? So let's see how things go with the 400-meter hurdles, but yeah, not looking the best for us right now. In the men's long jump, and I'm going to report it as is right now, Wayne Pinnock is still registered as a Jamaican, so we'll have it as that. So Wayne Pinnock jumps a 8.20 meters to take the win. Yeah, beating out Tentaglu by 1 centimeter. Is it centimeter? Yeah, 8.19 meters. What a fantastic, competition. It's always been a back and forth between them both. And interestingly, both these athletes actually jumped their best jump on the third attempt, right? Wayne Pinnock's best jump coming, as I said, 8.20. Middle Tardis jump was 8.19. So really clutch jumping there, and really strong competition, as I said. Actually, they have pretty, similar performances. If I should tell you the sequence, listen to the sequence. So first round, right? Wayne jumps a 7.92, Miltadi Taglu jumps a 8.00 meters. Then both of them fall the second round. In the third round, Wayne jumps 8.20, Miltadi Taglu jumps a 8.19. In the fourth round, Wayne jumps at 8 meters. Tentaglu jumps a 7.79, right? And then in the sixth round, it was a 807 versus a 806. So really, really close, competition between these two athletes, right? And Wayne, has been looking forward to taking him down on the global stage. So when we see him back competing at that level, probably he won't be Jamaican, and of course we'll be disappointed and hurt. And yeah, but hopefully he'll be able to, one up him. But So as things stand right now, Kira McLeod, our national champion, is the Jamaican that will be, waving the flag high. So I'm hoping that he'll be able to trump them all. And he was actually third here, and he jumped at 8.10 meters. So strong competing from him as well. In this event, we actually had Tajay Gill scheduled to line up, but he did not start in the men's long jump. So not sure what happened with him. Not sure if it's another visa issue. A number of athletes have been having that issue, so could possibly be that. But yeah, good competing from the Jamaicans overall. But as I said, Kerry McLeod is carrying the flag now, so he's the one that we're really, repping to, defeat them all. Right now, in the men's discus throw, Roger Stone, again, another athlete that is down as a Jamaican, but will probably not be a Jamaican in a short minute, right? He was fifth in the event, and he threw a 64.71 meters. He's actually been hovering in that 64-meter range a bit in his recent competitions, I realize. But again, nothing is really on the line for these athletes for 2025. They won't be able to compete at a global championships, that is, because they're switching allegiance. So when we next see them, hopefully they'll be back in their best shape. But as I said, by then, hopefully another Jamaican is the Jamaican that will be repping to take them down, because no lie, you can't have your cake and eat it, in my opinion. That's just how I look at track is. I don't care how anybody else wants to look at it. So you can't have me cheering for you when you're not Jamaican. Just so you go. So as things stand, they're Jamaican now. Still happy for them. But as soon as I see that turkey flag or any other flag, child, it won't be the same. But anyway, let's move on. Lamara Distin, she was in the high jump, and she jumped a 1.85 meters for seventh, tied seventh in the event. So I actually appreciate seeing her compete week in, week out at these competitions internationally. Again, this is what you need to refine your craft. So let's see, what happens for her as she heads into the World Championships. I don't think this is her strongest year, but hear what? Again, this is just a part of the process of growth. So let's see what happens in the next few years for her. But yeah, I'm definitely liking the fact that she's actually able to compete at these global events, and this is what's going to make her better and better in her craft, as far as I'm concerned. In the women's 800 meters, Natalia Gould-Toppin competed there. She was eighth, and she ran a 1 minute 59.27 seconds. The race was won by Georgia Hunter Bell, and she ran a 1 minute 56.74 seconds. So really, really strong 800 meters, because for eighth place to be 1 minute 59.27, you know how good this race was, you know what I mean? So really, really strong racing from the ladies. But yeah, Natalia, her final phase is, or has, been her struggle over the years, and it seems to perpetually be that case as well. I'm hoping that, she'll be able to improve as we get closer to the World Championships. The women's 200 meters. Okay, this is what we've been waiting for. All right, so we had a Jamaican competing, Ashanti Moore, and she ran a fantastic race, trackies, and clocked a 22.86 seconds. Great run from her. But trackies, she was kind of overshadowed. As I said, happy for her as a Jamaican. But Julian Alfred, child, she took the win, 21.71 seconds. Meeting record, world lead, sorry, not world read, world lead. And of course, all important, national record. Dina Asher Smith, 22.25, season's best. Amy Hunt, third, 22.31, personal best. Amy Hunt has been going from strength to strength. Really, really great season that she's been experiencing for sure. And we saw how she dismantled Jamaica on that backstretch in the 4x1. No joke from that athlete for sure. But let's dive into, Julian Alfred. 21.71 seconds. So I'm watching this race and I'm like, great going. She gets a great start. She's leading the race, 100 off the bend. Good going, 150. I'm like, great. And then all of a sudden, she grows wings and starts to fly. And I'm sitting there, God smacked, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I looking at? She dismantled that race in the final 50. And I was like, dear God, who art in heaven, if you're watching this, we see and we know that Julian Alfred is going for that sprint double. And we see and we know that there's probably no one that's going to be defeating her in 2025. Probably, I say. Probably. Because secretly I am hoping that, there will be a Jamaican that can say something about it. You know what I mean? And I'll talk about that in another video. But as things stand right now, Julian Alfred, I go for that double day. Julian Alfred is going for the double, right? Not only the 100 meters, right, is she strong favorite in, and I do think, as I said, as things stand right now, her strongest competition in that 100 meters is Melissa Jefferson. Melissa Jefferson goes undefeated, actually defeating her so far this season. But that 200, nobody know they're close to her so far this season. No one is close to her this season at all. No, potentially, as I said, they have athletes, aka a Jamaican athlete that has gone much faster, second fastest athlete in history. Is she in that shape to take down a Julian Alfred? That is the question. So far, we haven't seen it, right? So as things stand right now, Julian Alfred is looking crazy. And let me just say this, that final 50 told me something else, for that 100, right? So it's interesting. I was having a conversation before this and I was saying that I don't know about that, 21.6, because someone was saying to me that they believe she will be clocking 21.6 at the championships. I mean, that's have near my words. I have near my words because 21.6 is really, really fast. You know what I mean? Only a handful of athletes have ever gone that fast, right? So for her to be borderline 21.6, she did ease up at the line a little bit as well. So potentially she could have literally clocked a 21.69, in this race. Crazy. But that being said, track is definitely think, not only is that 21.6 that I was being warned about, on the cards, but that 10.6, I'm sorry. I was saying that Melissa Jefferson chumps her right now based on the fact that she defeated her, in her most recent run. But that last 50, right? If she's able to put together that type of race over the 100 meters, I don't know if nobody can hold her in another 100 meter there either. As I said, there are athletes that have gone faster, right? We're talking about, Shelly Fraser Price has a personal best of 10.60. Sherika Jackson has a personal best of 10.65. Even Shakira Richardson, the defending world champion, 10.65 as well. She actually set that at the World Championships in Budapest. The question is, do any of these athletes, have that type of shape in 2025? It's not looking that way. You know what I mean? So as things stand right now, you have to go come with something like a 10.6 real low, if you try to take her down another 100 meters. Can Melissa Jefferson get that? I don't think so. The most I can stretch my mind to right now for Melissa Jefferson, to be fair, is like a high 10.6, right? High 10.6. What Julian has shown me is a 10.6 mid/lower. Right? So that's a whole different ball game. And you may be looking and saying it's not that big. It's a big gap. It's for those who watch sprinting the 100 meters, those hundredths of a second matter. It's a huge gap. So as things stand right now, that 200 meter show me on different side of Julian. So I don't know how it go, but she's looking for the double. She's looking for the double, and it's making me, one, I'm happy for St. Lucia and Julian for sure. But yeah, I'm kind of sad because I'm thinking to myself, Jamaica, it looks sticky pan with bad. It looks sticky pan with bad, 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 bad. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So Julian Alfred dismantles another race, this time the 200 meters, world lead, 21.71 seconds. What are your thoughts, based on this performance? I know I'm absolutely floored. That's all I can say. Absolutely floored. Let me know your thoughts. Like the video, of course, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one.